Good morning, friends. National Institutional Ranking Framework (NIRF) of the universities and colleges, released by the Ministry of Education recently, largely remains the same. Some institutions were unhappy and some were jubilant. Most of the others appear indifferent. Whereas IISc Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science, then JNU, Jamia Millia Islamia, and Jadavpur University in Kolkata were the first, second, third, and fourth in the universities category. BHU ranked 18th and improved upon its 21st rank of the previous year. IIT Delhi is ranked second, followed by IIT Bombay at third, IIT Kanpur at fourth, IIT Roorkee at fifth, IIT Kharagpur at sixth, and IIT Guwahati at seventh position. IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, and IIT Guwahati maintained their positions from the last year in this year's ranking. Friends, let's find out this Saturday a little more about the dynamics of rankings. The rankings, as you know, are based on 6 parameters, such as teaching, learning, resources pertaining to core activities, research and professional practice, which brings excellence in teaching and learning along with scholarship, graduation outcomes, which test the effectiveness of the teaching learning process, outreach and inclusivity, which lays emphasis on representation of women and marginalized sections of the society, and perception that considers the worldview. These parameters have sub-parameters. To be simple, each parameter and the sub-parameter is assigned an overall weight. The overall score for ranking is computed based on the weights allotted to each of the heads. Some of the data required for assigning scores is provided by the institutions themselves, and the rest is sourced from third-party sites, typically in terms of research. Obviously, everything hinges on the relevant data and weights assigned for the subhead. So it's extremely important for the institutions to input correct data. Quality of an institution is a function of several inputs. Can an institution or a university be ranked for the skills it imparts? Should the financial health and size of the institution or the university not be a criteria? Should then the financial benefits that accrue be linked to the ranking? Ideally, an objective function must be defined for an institution or a university with the desired attributes as variables and weightages apportioned to each such attribute that depends on the importance in the overall value proposition that the university serves. We could then fit a perfect equation to solve and optimize for a number that may vary on a scale of 1 to 10. Of course, such equations would tend to be non-linear, but the quality and performance were never linear. In a massive system such as ours, an ordering based on the metrics can be disincentive. We seek a student performance on cumulative performance and prefer grouping on grades attained, but would still opt for institutions to be listed in arithmetic progression. Indian Institute of Science, with 477 faculty for 5,023 students, as in 2023, has a faculty ratio of 1:10.53. Very creditable indeed. And it receives about 450 crores central grant. On the other hand, the Banaras Hindu University is organized into 6 institutes, 14 different faculties or streams, and has about 140 departments. It has 1700 teachers and more than 30,000 students. Friends, do you know what its student ratio is? 1:17.84. The funding, however, was more pronounced as it almost doubled from 669 crores in 1415, about a decade back, to rupees 1,300 odd crores the last year. As per the budget of 2023, IIT has received a total outlay of around 9,600 crores. Out of this, around 8,000 crores have been allocated to the institutes as grants. Some departments in IITs have even better faculty ratios, since they are not bound by the cadre rules applicable to the state universities. Is it not expected that the outcomes will then be different? While the state institutions or the universities' budgets are ridiculously low, they are all competing on the same quality metrics or parameters and are expected to outperform the better endowed institutions, the better endowed universities, if they wish to better their rankings. Is it a case of apples and oranges? Two factors differentiate us from the institutions of the West: internationalization and industry connect. Lack of international faculty and students on our campuses and inadequacy of our research to connect with the industry. These are the limiting factors, and these are for good reasons as well. International faculty and students will arrive only if they see a value proposition in our institutions, and it's also an indicator of quality. Industry connect will happen only when the research relates or translates into improved or new processes and improved or new products. Patents filed have no value. Patents granted have some value. Patents translated to products have all the value. Our institutions fall on global expectations on both the counts. As a consequence, NIRF arrived to assuage our ruffled feathers. But then, quality cannot be measured in a silo. It's a compared value. There are at least 20 global ranking agencies in the world that measure quality on various parameters. Whereas there are good research institutions, there are also, good teaching institutions. Those that do well in both are nurtured and are more than 100 years old, and very few. The world over, ranking such institutions credibly is a matter of debate and research. Australia has Research Performance Index that measures university research performance. The Center for Science and Technology Studies at Leiden University maintains a European and worldwide ranking of the top 500 universities based on the number and impact of Web of Science indexed publications every year. The Quacquarelli-Simons or QS World Rankings rank the world's top universities and are published annually since 2004. Now in 2009, however, QS launched the QS Asian University Rankings in partnership with the Chosun Ilbo newspaper in Korea. They ranked the top 350 Asian universities. Now, Round University Ranking, RUR, is another world university ranking which assesses effectively 750 leading institutions or universities in the world on 20 indicators distributed among 4 key dimensions: teaching, research, international diversity, and financial sustainability. The Times Education or Times Higher Education, a British publication, and Thomson Reuters provide a new set of world university rankings called the Times Higher Education World University Rankings since 2011. Interestingly, there is also a ranking of rankings launched in 2017. It aggregates the results of 5 global rankings, combining them to a single rank. How does it do? It uses the World University Rankings, 22.5% weightage. Similarly, QS World Ranking University Rankings also to a 22.5% weightage. US News Best Global University for a further 22.5%. Association for Ranking of World Universities, ARWU, for another 22.5%. And Reuters World Top 100 Innovative Universities for a percentage of 10. Now that makes it 100%, but it considers 5 different ranking agencies' ranking metrics. Quality comes at a price. Is not NIRF doing the same to our institutions as the global rankings have done earlier? The diversity in the Indian education system is very large. There are 2, 3, 4, 5 institutions offering degrees, diplomas, certifications, and whatnot. There are also technology versus social science institutions, multidisciplinary versus single discipline, private versus public, research-based, innovation-based, language-based, or even special purpose institutions or universities. That's the diversity. Friends, the boundary conditions in which they operate are very different. Each one of them has a different set of conditions. Can they all be grouped under same parameters for a quality check? Is it time to also check return on investment of these institutions, especially when several of our students from elite institutions educated on public money don't even serve within the country? Surely return on investment is an important parameter missed out in NIRF rankings. With that thought, I leave you, friends, for this Saturday to reflect and form your own ideas about the dynamics of rankings. Thank you, Dhanyavad, and Namaskar.